After 24 hours in San Diego, President Joe Biden heads to Monterey Park, where he announces an executive order aimed at reducing gun violence. It's our top story on the 4. I'm Heather Myers.
I'm Jesse Pagan in for Carlo Cicchetto. CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal is live in downtown explaining what this order does exactly. Kelly?
That's right, and guys are gonna have to forgive me. There is a Coast Guard helicopter about to take off right to my left right now. But yes, President Biden left San Diego and arrived in a very rainy Monterey Park today to talk about reducing gun violence. Monterey Park, as you know, the scene of a deadly mass shooting back in January. So first today, the president talked about the victims.
Mr. Ma, age 72, a pillar of the community, a beloved manager and dance instructor at Star Ballroom. He walked patrons to their cars at night, helped new immigrants find jobs. His children and grandchildren will carry on his legacy in the spirit of one of his favorite Chinese proverbs: cherish the people in front of you.
And President Biden gave his remarks at a Boys and Girls Club in Monterey Park. He announced an executive order that directs the Attorney General to increase the number of background checks by clarifying when they are required by law for purchasing firearms. Now, he says the goal is to move the U.S. as close to universal background checks as possible without additional legislation. The president says the order also directs federal agencies to promote the use of red flag laws. So essentially those laws that take guns away from people who are flagged as dangerous. He also wants the Federal Trade Commission to put together a report looking at how gun manufacturers market firearms, including to minors. The president closed his remarks with this.
And I'm determined, once again, to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. I led that fight to ban them in 1994. The 10 years that law was in place, mass shootings went down.
Now, reaction to the president's executive order is already coming into our newsroom. The San Diego County Gun Owners, a political action committee, issued this statement saying, quote, "The Biden administration is doing nothing more than virtue signaling instead of addressing real problems with useful solutions. The president is doing nothing different than what already is being done. Making gun owners the villains means Americans will be less safe." So back out here live, certainly some criticism to what the president did today regarding that executive order. But the debate is certainly going to continue, as it appears the president is getting ready very soon to launch the fact that he wants to run for re-election. Heather and Jesse.
Yeah, Kelly, I don't know if you can hear us, but do you know when he plans to make that formal announcement?
Yeah, we don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but I can tell you that tonight's fundraiser in Las Vegas marks the 4th since the beginning of the year, and the second in just 2 days. Last night's in Rancho Santa Fe raised about $1 million. Tonight is also expected to bring in about $1 million. And political experts say what he talked about today regarding gun control is certainly something we could see as part of his bid for re-election.
All right, Kelly Hessedal continuing our coverage of the president's visit to Southern California, even through military choppers right next to her. But hey, that's part of living in San Diego and part of why we love it here, right? Kelly, thank you.